And welcome to the Ruben Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Ju-On Origins, a Netflix original series. A paranormal researcher searches obsessively for a cursed home where something terrible happened to a mother and child long ago. I'm not normally one for horrors or horror series because I'm easily scared, and I could honestly say I'm still not one for horrors. This is a series that's based on the popular Grudge films, which you're probably better known for. It's based on an urban legends, actually 3 urban legends that the story is based on. There are 6 episodes, they're about half an hour, and I think the pace does well for this story. I thought it was a very interesting take of how to do horror, but without using jump scares. As far as I can remember, there's only one jump scare in all 6 episodes. That's not to say that it isn't scary, because visually there are moments in this where I was watching, and I had my laptop on my laptop on lap, and I lifted up my laptop and I was like, because there were some visual images that were very strikingly disturbing, and that's all I can say without really doing spoilers. There are moments in this of I've seen a few horrors, even though I'm easily scared. I do like to watch a few to have a scare, to see what they can do with the horror genre, because often you get some very interesting storytelling within horrors. Horrors often like to take chances and do things very differently. That's my perspective anyway. So I was interested to see what they would do with the Grudge story in this, and I thought it was very unique in the way they told the story. I do feel like though it's going to split fans of the Grudge original movies, as there's a lot of things that were jump scary in those films, and also obviously you have the girl with the black hair that made the creepy sound, and there's less jump scares, there's less of that. This is more telling a story or a journey of people that have been affected by this house and what has happened in this place, and you see how it jumps around in time. I think three timelines, where it jumps from and following this kind of family of what has happened and how it gets creepier and creepier. It gets creepier, but it really shows the consequences of like a violent act or something that horrific happens. I do have to say, this is not a happy series. Not that you would expect it to be. It has a foreboding presence to each episode, and there's like ooginess, really nasty moments in this series. It's a series that I don't really want to go to. I actually skipped past a particular moment. There was, I think, a 2-3 minute segment of something that was happening on screen that was really nasty, and I just didn't want to see. I don't need that in my life, so I skipped past that. Obviously, it's building up from that moment, all those moments where horrific things happen, and then they build on that. And I think where you see things in the background, it doesn't ever do jump scares in front of you, but you might see a creepy person walk in the background. You may see a little pointed feet come into frame in the shot. So that way it builds up really nicely. Also, the score is very loosely used, so there's often times when there isn't score, and then it builds in slowly in the background, just kind of adding to that tone and presence of a horror series like you'd expect. Also, watch the ending if you can. The ending credit scenes, it's very airy, very different, a nice music track that really again heightens the atmosphere. Just even the credits, I really like it when you use everything you have available to you, from credits to end credits to beginning credits, everything you have, every frame you can use to get your audience in that zone. And I feel like the credits did that as well, which I thought was quite cool. It's just one little kind of a moment that they keep repeating, and it just adds to that atmosphere, which I really appreciated. It does have a very foreboding presence. It's creepy, it's nasty. If that is your cup of tea, then you're going to enjoy this. But I do feel like it might split fans because of how it is filmed, how the story is told. It's not scary like in other horror films similar to this genre, similar to The Ring, similar to The Grudge. I do feel like it's taken a tact of its own. It's built a path in the way that you have to follow those characters. You have to go on that journey with them. There's less jump scares. There's less like horrific moments. But it's everything that happens in the background. It's everything that happens to the characters. And then you see those last couple of episodes where it builds to a culmination, and you're like, whoa, okay, that's really nasty. There's a couple of things I've not seen before. Maybe I'm still a newbie when it comes to horror. There's a couple of things I was like, whoa, that's really gross. nasty. I'm going to give this a B. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I do want to talk about the ending, but that's my review. So if you don't want to hear about the ending, then that's review. Thanks for watching. Okay, spoilerific. Spoilerific. So the ending I was quite frustrated by, and I'm finding a lot of series and movies are doing this a lot more because they want to have another season. And obviously where there's been a couple of Grudge films, they want to do that with the series, and so they left it in a massive cliffhanger with the young woman being dragged by one of the entities, the ghosts, which have physical presence, and they just left it like that at the frame. And I was like, wow, are they just saying that now she's there, part of that group, part of the house, or she's going to be the one to carry on, or they're just going to pick up with that house again in the end? Let me know in the comments what you thought, or what's going to happen. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that. Did you like the way they used the story in different timelines and followed various families that kind of culminated in this house? I thought it was an interesting way to do it. Pretty gory, pretty scary, but I wasn't particularly happy with the ending because I like a finished story. Even if you want to do a little Easter egg for a potential second season, like have a different part of arc that isn't quite complete, I think that is often used well. But man, I was just like, okay, so that's it. I mean, the little boy did tell her to run, so she could have, but okay. Thanks for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.